Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 5 great sports fragrances, but I got to represent the Boston Red Sox.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Wrong team.
What am I supposed to do with the Toronto Blue Jays?
That's the right team.
Happier now?
Much happier.
Happy wife is a happy life, I guess.
It is, it is.
Fragrance number 1 is going to be Hugo Boss Bottled Sport. Now this one came out in 2010 or 2012. One or the other, alright? It's not 2011, but I remember it just because when I came in, the sports fragrances were the thing. Like back in 2014, oud started becoming like the trend, right? So it's 2023 now. I believe it's like the intense or the eau de parfum concentrations are like the thing. But this one just never caught on. It's actually a really nice fragrance that I find deserves a little bit more mention. But with this one here, there's definitely lavender that really freshens it up. There's different citruses. I believe it's grapefruit and lemon. Definitely, most certainly aldehydes with some cardamom, a little bit of vetiver with maybe a little bit of yuzu zest, according to Parfumo. Like my notes are pretty much just from Fragrantica. So on Fragrantica, it's every single one of those minus the yuzu zest. But I could see it in some ways because there is something that is very bright and effervescent and a little bit zesty. But with this one here, you are going to get the lavender. Of course, the lavender really does freshen it up and it kind of gives it a little bit of a fougere feel. It's very citrusy and absolutely aldehydic. This is very aldehydic. If you don't like aldehydes, then this is one that you're definitely not going to like. For me, this is a great casual scent. You know, if you want to wear it to school, absolutely. And I do think that it's professional enough for work. It's a sports scent, but a lot of these sports fragrances are just generally clean, fresh, and safe. That's what this one here is. And longevity is going to be about 4 to 5 hours. Fragrance number 2, this one also just never really caught on. Ralph Lauren Polo Blue Sport or Polo Sport Blue, one or the other. This is actually a quite nice scent. This is a great office fragrance in my opinion. Is it really sporty? Well, not so much, but it does have a little bit of a sports vibe. Now there is ginger that adds a little bit of warmth. It does energize the scent. There is green mint, I believe some green notes. There's going to be a fruity green apple, some fir and sandalwood to add a little bit of woody nuance to it, but also that typical musk. That Elon Musk Jeff that you guys are probably getting tired of seeing. But what this pretty much is, it is a green fruity apple. The apple in this is actually quite juicy, it's nice, and it's fruity. You are going to get the green notes, but also definitely that green mint. Again, the ginger in this does energize it, and it just kind of like warms it up a little bit. But towards the base, it's going to be that typical woody muskiness to it. Really nice, really underrated. Is it really a sports scent? It does have a little bit of the sports tendencies or sports feels. It's definitely not as sporty as this one here, but I find that this would be a great office scent. You know, you can wear it to a sporting event, sure. You can also wear it to school. You can wear it casually, like every day casually. There's nothing formal about this. But if you work in an office where you have to dress up a little bit, or even with a suit and tie, by all means, you can, but I personally would not wear this to like a daytime semi-formal event. If you're going to a wedding, go look elsewhere for a better fragrance, alright? And longevity is going to be about 6 hours. Fragrance number 3 was plugged a whole lot of times from Mr. TLTG himself. Chrome Sport from Azzaro. Now this came out in 2010, I believe it is. I believe it's 2010 because I came around in the community right around that time just watching, and then I became a reviewer, like a shitty ass review channel in 2013. I don't take myself too seriously, okay? So if you guys think I'm putting myself down, I'm really ain't, okay? It's called self-deprecating humor. But this definitely is probably like one of the most sportiest scents in this list. Like you are gonna get the typical citruses, but I would say more lemon than anything. There is gonna be the mint, the ginger, there's going to be some grass to add a little bit more of a green feel, and definitely maybe a little bit of woods, but most certainly the musk. This is a very, very musky scent. Elon Musk would be proud of this scent. Well, actually no, because he's a bougie motherfucker and billionaire. He's not going to spend like $30 on something like this. He's going to top tier fragrances if he's wearing anything. But if you don't like musky fragrances, then this is one that you're probably not going to like. But it's a very clean, refreshing musk with citruses that's green as well from the grass, a little bit of that mint, a little bit of the ginger to kind of like just zing it up just a little bit. And I gotta admit, like the ginger is not very prominent in this fragrance. It is there, but it's not in the forefront. It's more in the backdrop than anything. Longevity off this, you know, not the best, 4 to 5 hours. And again, this is probably going to be the most sporty scent in this list. You could wear it to a sporting event. If you want, you can wear it to a gym, which I was never big into gym scents when I used to go to the gym. Trust me. I know, I'm a big boy, all right? I'm overweight. But I used to be like a gym rat back in like 2010 all the way to 2013. I was there every single day, and I hated smelling fragrances on different people. I just did not know. I'm sorry. Gym scents, not into them. But you can wear this to the gym if you really, truly must. School, you can wear it to work, just everyday casual. Fragrance number 4. If you are a miserable Gen Xer like myself, then you more than likely wore this back in the day as it came out in 94 or 95. Ralph Lauren Polo Sport. Now, I'm gonna admit, I'm a little bit miserable. No, not a little bit. I'm actually quite miserable. I'm salty. I'm jaded. You wanna know why? Yes, it's from dealing with the people and every day that when I gotta go to work, but it's also because this has been neutered. It has been reformulated, unfortunately. Back in the day, you didn't have this blue cap on. It was all just metallic, but it still smells good to this very day. Is it still the same? Smell-wise, absolutely. Performance, no. But this fragrance, no joke, has got like 20 notes. Not kidding you. There's definitely the aldehydes, there's citruses, there's musk, 4 different florals, different woods, mint, if I haven't said, and definitely ginger. So what I pretty much get, citruses, ginger, mint, a whole ton of aldehydes. Kind of like this, but I think that this one here is just maybe a little bit more aldehydic, if that is actually a word, which probably isn't, because, you know, this is me, and I just cuff every single video that I do, because I'm not professional by any means. 10 years in, and I don't give a damn. If you like the attitude, make sure that you give the video one of these, alright? So, but this is definitely your typical sports scent. This is so iconic with the 90s. A lot of guys my age, even like slightly older, have worn this back in the day heavily. You know, this was my very first fragrance. Not this very bottle, but I wore this a lot when I was in high school. I think that this made millions upon millions of dollars for Ralph Lauren. Like Ralph Lauren already had their Polo green, which was like a top seller. But I think that this fragrance here brought the brand to the next level. So if you like old school sporty scents, this is one that I highly urge you to check out. Again, the performance, it's not there. It's not bad. It's a sports scent nowadays, right? Well, even back then it was a sports scent, but it had more balls. You're gonna get about 3 to 4 hours with this one here. You can wear this to school, which is gonna be older than all the students out there. But even though that, you know, this is going to be older than you, it's not outdated. It's not vintage or classical in any means. It's still modern. A lot of these fresh fragrances will never go out of style. But yeah, this is definitely a scent memory for a lot of old farts like myself. And last but not least, number 5. Now this is not your typical sports scent. It's going to be the most mature and definitely the most masculine one in this list. You know, I don't know why they list it as sport. It's just there's nothing sporty about it, but it made the cut because it has sport in the name, right? So, okay, whatever. Number 5 is going to be Ici Miyake Podum L'Odyssée Sport. Now this came out in 2012 or 2013. You're going to get the typical citruses of bergamot, grapefruit, or lemon. There's only two citruses, but you're going to get nutmeg and leather. So, you know, that's definitely not your typical, no, it's not your typical sports scent. The leather in this is actually kind of nice. It's not a rough and tough type of leather, so if you're looking to be smacked across the face with a leather glove, this is not that. It's more like a smooth suede, if you will. So the nutmeg does warm it up a little bit. You are going to get some sandalwood, also some vetiver, and some ambergris. The base itself, I would say, is very woody, but also quite animalistic. You know, it's a little bit dirty. So that's why I say that this is definitely like a lot more masculine than the other ones and definitely more mature. For me, this would go great with a suit and tie. This is a great scent for a daytime semi-formal event. Nighttime, you know, I think that some of the notes are heavy enough for the nighttime, but I would go with something a little bit more, maybe a little bit more heavier than this, but This is actually quite nice. I haven't smelled this in years, in all honesty, and I just reviewed this one last week, believe it or not. I haven't released the video, but the video will probably go out before this, but I was like pleasantly but shockingly surprised, because you know, typically when it comes to sports fragrances, it's mint, ginger, musk, citruses, and that's pretty much it. Again, this is not your typical sports scent. You're gonna have to smell this one out before you blind buy. This is discontinued, I believe, but you can still get it on a few websites for about 40 to 45 bucks Canadian. Longevity, 6 to 8 hours. And guys, that's it. That is 5 great sports fragrances for 2023. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below. And because this is a sports list, let's go with something different, right? Because I find that these actually made last year's cuts. Not all of them, but some of them definitely did. But let's go with a summer list right here if you want to check those out. And again, if you like this very video, leave me one of these. I thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.